Alex. First you'll notice I'm actually driving for this video. Now, please don't mind it, because I didn't want to wait till I got back to my house to record this video. I just got done listening to the podcast that the coaches call today, and to be honest, it was an epiphany for me. One of my idol coaches that some of you may or may not be aware of, Lindsay Madway, she was the guest speaker on the call today. And I'll admit, going into this call, I just saw what she had done with the business. I didn't really get her backstory, understand what she'd gone through, or what she had to do to get to where she is today. So, to make a long story short, she went through hell. Literally. She was a high school dropout, she really hadn't known anything outside of the bar industry, being and serving drinks. And by the time she was 25, she declared bankruptcy because she had a premature birth, and that's, of course, she was the mother of it. And it sent her really into some insurmountable debt. But right here, a few years later, though she is one of the top coaches within the organization, and she had really no mentor. So if she can do that, what excuse does anyone else have? I mean $400,000 in debt, and now she's paying cold hard cash for unmortgaged homes. Like, she literally paid cash for just about any home she wants. So if she can do that, from being that far in debt, having to declare bankruptcy just to get the bill collectors off her ass, what excuse does anyone else have to not be a successful coach? Now, I apologize about these hard flingers, but that's just how pumped up she's got me. Anybody can do this. But the entire call, that really stood out to me, and I think is the best point that anyone can take away from any of these coach calls, is that fear is your biggest enemy. And it's not an enemy that goes away. It's an enemy you have to keep battling time after time after time. But it's an easy battle to win once you know how. Once you understand that, to use her example, how she put it, fear is a gremlin that shirks at the sight of light. And light becomes your best weapon. Well, guess what that light really represents? Your courage. Your courage to get up in front of a crowd, to speak, to make videos like I'm doing now, in rather unusual circumstances. There is so much that can be done once you understand that fear is going to be there. It is something you're perpetually going to deal with. It doesn't matter how successful you are. For example, Lindsay Madway, she was nervous about getting on the coach call today, as successful as she is. I'm still wrapping my mind around that, but it's the truth. So, my personal example on this was, I hate to go back to my military days, but it's the most relevant example I have. Where back in 2010, I decided I was going to get out of the U.S. Army. Now, I know some of you have probably read my blog and like, back to the Army again. But I'm not going back to what I did in the Army, but when I decided to separate from the Army, it was not traumatic, but a very scary time for me. Because one, I'd never known any job outside of the military. Like, two, where I knew I was going to have a tough time in the civilian market, that is when there was an economic downturn. I don't know what I was thinking at that point, going from a stable job or to the civilian market. But my reasoning for getting out is, one, I was totally out of shape. Two, I had no clue how to get down to a decent weight, no one in the military took time to mentor me on how to do that properly. That's something I actually had to learn myself after I got out of the military, but different story. So, and then we come here for 2010, and here comes July. I'm totally separated from the Army. My leave is totally done. So I have absolutely no income at this point, and thank God I got my lucky break for getting the citizens. So, but another miniature story there that kind of contributes to it is that job interview I had getting into Citizens. I'll be honest, was a very, very nerve-wracking time. And to be honest, I was holding a cup of water, and yeah, even though my body was still, my hand was shaking so bad, I just about spilled the cup right there in the interview. I was just that nervous because I thought for sure I didn't have the job, no matter how good my resume looked. With all the experience I had and veterans or preference on my side, I thought I was going to bomb it. Turns out, I nailed it. I totally nailed that interview. And not because, or that I knew I was going to get it. Far from the truth. And it's not, or not because that, or I was so scared out of my mind. It's because I didn't let that fear stop me from getting there. Even though I was late, or by at least an hour, because I was told the wrong time. But, and to top that off, because of that, I thought I would completely lost the job. And to cap that off, looking so damn nervous and feeling so out of shape that I felt like I was pumping my suit. Like, you would have never guessed I walked out of that interview, and I honestly thought I didn't have it when I walked out. So, but here 2 weeks later, it's like, hey, when can you start? And apparently they were so impressed with how I composed myself, or being that nervous, is what really won me the job. And the point of that is fear cannot control what you do. Like, yes, be aware of it, realize it's been honed by generations of mankind, but do not let it control you. And another example of that, or just a few weeks ago, where I decided to leave Citizens for another organization. And this one was probably in its own way more nerve-wracking, even though I was more comfortable with the process. Or the interview for this position I'm in now was for several months ago, actually. It was back in November of 2014. So, I do the interview. I thought I nailed it. It turns out I did. So, but immediately, I didn't land the job. So, what happened at that point, or inside my head, I thought, oh crap, I messed it up. What did I do wrong? How can I do this? How can I do my next attempt better? I need to be on the lookout for something better. Well, to be blunt, I actually did get the job, but the circumstances, I'm really not sure clear on how it led to me getting the position, but I'm there now, I got the job, and I'm actually feeling a lot better about my IT career. Because I'm actually learning something there. So, but during that point, I was so, but once I was offered the job, or it took me a month to finally, or get me settled down to where I told my, well, now former boss, that, hey, I'm gone. I've got something else where they interest me, or it looks like a better opportunity. So, making that call to my boss was just as nerve-wracking as the day I was interviewed to come on board with the position, or several years ago. I never did it before. I had zero clue what to expect. So, and when the time comes for me to leave or the position I'm in now, it's probably going to be just as nerve-wracking for probably many of the same reasons. I don't really know what I'm going into next. Even having an idea of what I'm getting into, I was still nervous because I didn't want to hurt anyone's feelings. I didn't want to step on anyone's toes or make anyone mad. You can't let that control you. That's a lesson I have learned twice now. And I really want to give a huge thank you to my coach, Ashton Mayer, and the coach that sponsored her, Lindsay Weiss, for sponsoring such amazing training that even though I'm still overcoming some severe issues, or with myself, I'm no longer afraid of those issues, and I am overcoming them. Because I am growing, I am changing, and I'm becoming who I want to be. Otherwise, I wouldn't be making this video talking about it. I am very confident in what I'm doing with my business. It's not growing as fast as I want, but it is growing because I want it to grow, and I'm looking for better ways to make it grow. I'm not on the wrong track, but I maybe could be on a better track. You see how I looked at that there? It's totally different. I'm not fearful of it anymore. It's a few months ago when I first started, I'm like, oh, I'm on the wrong track. I'm not doing this right. Well, there are better ways to do things than others. And I've learned that looking at it as the wrong way is not the best way, because that has an air of negativity. And that has been one of my biggest enemies since I got out. Well, even before I got out of the military, I entered into the military. Even when I was in high school, that was my enemy. Because there was the point that I actually had myself convinced that I wasn't worth anything. That I was just the chubby fat kid who didn't deserve it or anything better than what I had. So I failed the 9th grade. But once I failed the 9th grade, it kind of woke me up like, hey, I'm embarrassed here. And that embarrassment propelled me to have the courage to do what I needed to do to become a better person at that point. After I failed the 9th grade, I was on a roll for the last 2 years of high school. But that was such an awesome feeling for me that my parents didn't push me to do that. No teacher pushed me to do it. I did it. It's just like me when I joined the military. It's like no one pushed me to do it. I did that of my own accord because I thought that was the best option for me. And I really did learn a lot in the Army, and I'm really thankful for it because it boosted my confidence and my abilities. But the moral of that story is, no matter what you're doing, it's always an ongoing process of personal growth, of learning. So if you don't learn, you're stuck. And if you're stuck, you're stagnating. And if you're stagnating, you're not living. It's like you're just breathing air waiting to die. You see, I can't live like that anymore. Life is always in motion. It is vibrant. It's like, I want to live the life I want to live. I want to be successful. I want to have that beach house. I want to one day, hopefully not in the far future, hopefully in the near future, like to be sitting on a beach somewhere, or with a laptop, or in my cell phone, running my business, literally from a beach chair. Like, that is where I want to be. I don't want to be in the office working on computers the rest of my life. Though I enjoy it, but I want to do it on my own terms. Just like I want to run my business on my own terms. I want to be my own boss. I am my own boss in this business. And that is why this business is working for me. So well, I'm just about to my house, so I'm going to close out this video and post it when I get in. And so hope you guys enjoy the video. Thank you. Have a great night.